Hey fairies, I'm back. It's been like 2 weeks, I think. Okay, so I did everything that I could to save every part of that video, but there was parts that just weren't in it because it was too long and it was taking up too much space on my phone. So it was really challenging to get through that. But I got through it and it's out now. And all of it. I painted in the middle and it did not get validation. I didn't get to validate it for myself, not for external. Which I guess is what I'm going to be talking about today. So basically, when you are around somebody that makes you feel really invalid and makes you kind of look down on yourself and question your morals and essentially everything about yourself, it really makes you look at your life. And it forces you to look at your life in a different light, or in a different darkness, I guess, is a better term for that. And it's nice, but it's not nice. It's great, but it's not great. And it's a very simultaneous space to be in. So I think in a way that is a very beautiful thing, but also in a way that is a very treacherous thing and tedious and very difficult to get through. And I applaud anybody who has come out on the other side, because that's the word I'm looking for. So instantaneously, maybe right now, you're doing yourself, you're being yourself, you're living your life, you're expressing yourself properly in a healthy sense. And so you are also sitting in the dark with that light, and you're really bringing those two worlds together, and you're really trying to show, if you resonate with this, you're really trying to show people that it's okay to be in both spaces at once. It's actually what we're here for. It's not like we're here to struggle in one side all the time and be one way and be one person and have one specified mindset that becomes so outdated with time. Because I've really lost so many people to that outdated perspective, and it has almost ruined my life a variety of times. But I insisted to do it for myself and do it for who I am and express myself in that healthy way, because if I'm not doing that, then I'm just not my full self. And I can't necessarily respect myself if I'm not preaching, or if I'm not acting on what I preach. So I think if this is something that you're kind of coming to the conclusion that you're really good at, and kind of really learning it more and more as each day goes by, then you're doing so good. And if what your job says, okay, like, you know, I don't mind doing my job, I don't. However, the way that the pressure of me selling myself to maintain my life is so heavily applied is what I cannot get behind. That is exactly what I've been trying to say. And I just don't think honestly, I'm kind of grateful that I wasn't able to articulate that properly in front of people that were not willing to listen to me, because essentially what you're doing at that point is just expressing yourself to these people that don't see you, don't care for you, don't know anything about you aside from, basically what class you were born into. And if you were born into kind of that poverty side of life, then you're really perceived in that way, and you're not perceived by the wealth of your soul. You're not perceived by the wealth of your internal worth. You're so easily perceived in the way that is superficial, and that kind of is so, it has been so, so reoccurring for so many people to fall in to that pressure of having to be a certain way, having to live a certain life, having to be a certain, having to be a certain experience, having to be a certain energy, because I have felt that pressure so many times in my life. And I've really gotten to the point where I'm beginning to sit with alchemizing everything I'm experiencing, whether it's good or bad, or whether it's dark or light, because what you can inevitably do with those two energies is you can create this world that basks in that simultaneous perspective and in that dual oculus. Yeah. So just feel that for a second, because I'm feeling that. So basically what I'm saying, I'm just so grateful to be who I am. And regardless of all of these people really trying to pick me off and bring me down and hurt me and take my light and do this and do that, I chose within myself to be my best, my my biggest cheerleader. My biggest cheerleader. And that has gotten me so far. And while I physically and superficially am still not in the position that I would like to see myself in, I see my soul in that position, essentially. I see my soul in that energy, radiating with that energy, succumbing to that energy, and kind of marinating with it and really sitting within it. So I think finding not only the courage, but a proper and healthy outlet in order to express that beauty within yourself. It can change everything. It really can. And I do think that people can simultaneously, once again, love and have everything that they need. Because we're building this community and the world on fool's gold. We're building it on fool's gold because we're promising through things that somebody is going to find their happiness and find themselves and find, everything that they're looking for on an external kind of field. And I think that is unhealthy. That is unhealthy. That is poor characteristics, poor kind of just poor perspective. And that's exactly what it comes back to as well, because when you have that perspective of poverty, you really feel that and you really bask in that. Because if you're telling yourself, I have nothing, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that, then that is exactly what you're drawing into your life. And it's okay to look at the people around you and not be happy. And it's okay to look at the people around you and be disappointed and be angry and be hurt and feel betrayed. Just depending on what you do with that feeling is exactly what matters. And if you have made mistakes in the past and you didn't handle that energy the way that you wanted to, that's okay. You were learning, and you still are, and we never stop learning. So don't hate yourself for that. Don't hurt yourself for that, and don't be somebody that is aside from this greatest version of you, because that's true beauty. So I do hope y'all enjoyed that video, and y'all have a good one. Good night, good morning, bonjour, bonne nuit. whatever you're doing right now. And I will see you fairies in my next video.